Hello everyone, welcome to Krishna's online lectures. In this video, I am going to discuss about conservation of momentum. So conservation of momentum is generally defining the total linear momentum of the system should be constant in magnitude and direction. So if we are considering any object which is moving in a particular direction with some velocity and it is having collision with another object which is also moving with some particular velocity in a direction, so if we are considering collision between both the object, so because of the collision, some impulse force will create or some impact will create, and that impact will change the direction and velocity of both the object. So as per the conservation of momentum, we are considering the total momentum of the system should be constant. So momentum before collision for the particle or for the object should be equivalent to momentum after collision. So here we are considering constant momentum condition. So constant momentum means the particle which is moving in a particular direction, momentum for that particular particle before collision should be equals to momentum after collision. Now let's define the term momentum. So momentum is defined as the product of mass into velocity. So if we are considering one object here, let us consider this object A, which is having mass m1 and it is having area a1 and it is moving with velocity u1. So momentum for this particular particle or object we are considering m1 u1. Mass into velocity is defining the momentum of that particular object. So here unit we can define as kg meter per second. So this is the unit of momentum and this is the formula of momentum. Now here if this particle is moving in a particular direction with some velocity u1 and there is another particle or another body which is also having mass m2 and it is also moving in the same direction with velocity u2. So here if we want to define the momentum of the object, so it will be m2 u2. So mass into velocity is always define the momentum of the object. Now let's see how we can define the law of conservation of momentum. So we are considering two objects, object A and object B. And these objects are having linear motion, and this linear motion we are considering along a straight line. So here this object A is moving with velocity u1 and this object B is moving with velocity u2. So here these velocity we are considering as initial velocity. So initial velocity of both the objects are u1 and u2 and these two objects are having mass m1 and this object B is having mass m2. So we can consider momentum as m1 u1 and m2 u2. Now here if u1 is greater than u2, in that case what will happen? This condition we are considering before impact, when one object is moving with different velocity u1 and another object is moving with different velocity u2 and these two objects are having no contact. So this condition we are considering before impact condition. Now here if we are considering condition u1 is greater than u2, so this object A will move faster compared to this object B. So at one point we will consider collision. So this is the contact between these two objects, and this contact if we are considering for a very short period, and this contact is creating greater amount of force, that is called impulsive force or that is also called impact. So that impact will create some disturbance in the velocity of the object. So because of this impact, the velocity of both the object will change. And here this particular condition we consider as maximum deformation condition. As per the elastic impact, here if both the objects are in contact with each other because of the different velocity, here this is the contact point. So when both the objects are in contact, so first object will compress second object and second object will tend to compress this first object, and this compression will continue until they will separate. So here, this particular condition before separation is defining the maximum deformation or maximum compression condition. So when this compression will reach its maximum condition or maximum deformation, after that the velocity of the object will change and this object B will try to move object A in this direction and this object A will try to move this object B in opposite direction. So both the object will move in opposite direction with different velocity. So here we are considering final velocity for object A is v1 and final velocity for object B is v2. So here momentum will change. So for first object, this is the condition of after impact because this condition is happening after collision. So after impact, the momentum for the first object will be m1 v1 and momentum for the second object will be m2 v2. So here we have momentum for all the object for all the condition. Now if we want to define the impulse on body B because of the force applied by body A and impulse on body A because of the force applied by body B. So here we will define these relation one by one. Now let us consider the impulse force is F. It can be Newton, it can be kilonewton. Now we know the impulse or impulsive force is defined by the term that is force into time. So this is the term which we are going to define for body A and B during collision. So impulse is F into T. Now here in first condition, when this body A is hitting body B with some velocity u1 and initial velocity of body B is u2. So here we are considering impulse on body B because of body A, because this body A is hitting body B. So we will consider impulse on body B because of body A. So this impulse we will consider equals to change in momentum of body B because this collision is creating some change in the position of body B and it is changing the velocity of body B. So mass will be same but velocity of body B is changing because of the collision and this collision or this force is applied by body A. So here we will consider this condition as impulse on body B by body A is equals to change in momentum of body B. As we know, impulse on body B will be defined by the term same F into T and it will be equals to change in momentum of body B. So it will be representing the relative momentum. So it will be final momentum minus initial momentum. So final momentum we are considering for body B is m2 v2 and initial momentum we are considering as m2 u2 for body B. So it will be m2 v2 minus m2 u2. So this equation we are considering as equation 1. Now let us see the impulse on body A because as per the Newton's third law, every action has equal and opposite reaction. So when this body A is hitting body B, so we are considering impulse on body B and it is creating the change in momentum of body B. Simultaneously, this body B is also moving with some velocity u2, so it will also create some momentum on body A. So this particular impact on body A because of body B will defined as change in momentum of body A. So as per this Newton's third law of motion, we know every action is having equal and opposite reaction. So every action and reaction between colliding bodies will be equal in magnitude, but direction will be opposite. So as per this particular diagram, here this body B is moving in this particular direction only. And during collision, this body A is moving in this direction only. So this body B will change the velocity of v1 because of the collision and it will try to move this body A in opposite direction or it will try to decrease the velocity of this body A. So here we will consider impulse on body A by body B in opposite direction. So it will be minus F into T as per Newton's third law of motion, and that is equals to change in momentum of body A. So it will be m1 v1 minus m1 u1. So this is representing the relative momentum. Here we are considering final momentum as m1 v1 for this body A, and the initial momentum as m1 u1. So as per this equation, it will be m1 v1 minus m1 u1. And if we simplify this term, so it will be F into T equals to m1 u1 minus m1 v1. So this equation we are considering equation 2. Now here we have this equation 1 and this equation 2. Both are equivalent. Here this left hand side term is equal. So here if we equate both the equation 1 and equation 2, so we are equating both the equation m1 u1 minus m1 v1 equals to m2 v2 minus m2 u2. So here the equation will be m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equals to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this term is representing the total momentum before collision, and this term is representing the momentum after collision. So m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is momentum before collision, that is equals to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 momentum after collision. So as per this equation, we can say momentum of the system is constant in magnitude and direction both. So this particular equation is representing law of conservation of momentum, or it is also called conservation of momentum. Now here if we consider before collision, the velocity of the object or bodies are u1 and u2. But after collision, if both the objects are moving with same velocity, so let us consider the final velocity for both the object is v. So in that case, this equation will be m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equals to m1 plus m2 into v. So this condition can also happen, and this condition is also representing law of conservation of momentum. So this is all about conservation of momentum or law of conservation of momentum during collision of objects. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can rate, review and share this lesson with your friends and your known people. And if you want to watch more lessons related to mechanical engineering, please subscribe the channel.